and maybe reduce their size. Maybe we can't support all of these tournaments that we have plans for, but we're somewheres in a limited amount of space here. I think the people of Wetumpka have supported this sportsplex. I would just like to see more activity out there. And the soccer league is out there 6 to 8 months a year. They do special education where they bring in world-class soccer players. It's a growing sport, and basically it's one of the easiest and least expensive sports that we as a city can support and children, right, can get involved in. We're talking grass fields, a bathroom. That's a lot better than what they currently have. I mean, I don't know if you've walked their current fields, but they're rocky, they're ankle twisters. To me, supporting any additional future funding at that current site is not money well spent. We're going to spend money supporting this league. I would like for a lot of people to drive past that Coosa River Parkway and see a lot more activity out here at their sportsplex.
Okay. Discussion. You soccer people want to?
I just want to address City Council, Mr. Mayor. How many acres are these pods that are on the plan?
About 2.5.
2.5 per pod? Per pod. If we were to move to the complex, we would provide all equipment, goals, nets, flags, balls, paint. We've discussed it with our board. Our board has no objections to doing that. So all we were asking for is basically grass and water and restrooms. That's all.
Okay. Anyone else with soccer?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
So am I understanding that you will provide some help to us if we provide the fields, have the elevation there, and provide additional restrooms, which we already need to support our softball fields, and possibly some concessions, which you haven't asked for, but we also need some extra room. If I'm not mistaken, I've talked to Wink about that we need some pretty maxed out on our concessions now, right, Wink?
Yes, ma'am.
As far as the concessions go, we would man the concession stands through our parents, the players.
For what y'all do? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We would require the city to man that, so it wouldn't incur additional cost to the city. Equipment-wise, we provide everything.
You'd provide
Yes,
that?
ma'am. So we would maintain the equipment and everything as we do now.
As you do
Yes,
now?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor.
Okay. The only, I mean, just thinking out loud, AYSO, and I think you guys shared with me the other night that I talked to Mayor Strange in Montgomery about what they're doing in expanding their soccer program, and they're building some stadium type situations out there at ADM, which is not a part of their ball complexes. It's
Correct.
But they have a city soccer program that they run through their Parks and Rec. And then there's also the same organization that you guys are affiliated with in Montgomery.
Yes.
They're not a part of the city program. They are on their own, have leased their own fields, do their own thing. If you come into the city's sports complex, and you're running this thing completely yourself now, you don't have any city input in it whatsoever. Would the city have any, you're not in our budget, okay? Like baseball and softball is in our budget. But we would have to contract somehow, wouldn't we?
With what? Sprinkler system.
Well, now, can't hear you.
Are you, break,
Yeah, you got utilities.
are you in reference to us paying to be there?
No.
I guess I'm not understanding.
I'm just saying that, like, we can't do anything with the Y. We can't give the Y any money unless they're contracting for services for us.
AYSO, American Youth Soccer Organization, is all nonprofit. We don't, none of us get paid. It's all a volunteer organization. The only person that gets paid is the National Board of Directors and the national staff. Other than that, everybody that's involved is all volunteers. I don't get paid. Nobody else gets paid. It's basically for the kids. We're there to serve the kids and mentor them and help them.
We've basically been self-sustaining for the past 8 years.
Okay. Are we to the point?
Can I interject something?
Yes, sir.
The city wouldn't need to provide insurance for us to play there. Our organization has its own insurance policy. It's, I think it's roughly about 500,000 kids that play throughout AYSO, throughout the country and overseas. AYSO provides their own insurance for those children if they get hurt on the field, during play, anything. So there's no liability issue for us to play there.
Okay. Well, I guess where we are is to determine if there is adequate space in there to provide what you need,
Yes, sir.
okay? And any expansion. I think this lady over here said the other night, when you said you need 6 fields, she said, that's not right. That won't suffice for us. We're gonna need 10 fields.
And what will happen if we do need that much, I feel like, I haven't discussed it with my board, but we'd end up playing morning and then evenings. Where you play the younger kids in the morning when it's not hot, and then the older kids in the afternoon, evening time. They're
Night,
probably
you're talking about at night?
in the afternoons, to say.
So you're not talking about lighting the fields?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Eventually down the road, that would be nice to have lights, but right now, no, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
I tell them baby steps.
Well, are we not here to where we've got a motion? You offer that as a motion, right? That we get Mr. Jarvis to work with this to see, will it fit within what we have? What is the cost going to be to do this, to see if we can do this? Because we would I have no idea what this would cost. But is that where we are?
Certainly is. I think it not only will fit, again, it's the easiest and least expensive thing that you can do to promote additional activity out here at a facility that is sitting idle. I don't know, I mean, quite a lot more than it is being used. We're not incurring lights for fields. We need to maintain fields here. We're already maintaining fields at a different location. To build these soccer fields right, with the right elevation, with the proper grass, it makes sense to do it at some place that people can see it. And we can then use this as that economic engine that could and drive, hopefully, those hotels and additional restaurants.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is this in addition to what we're already doing?
No, we'd be doing
Okay,
that.
so all we're doing is the expense that we're going to out there, we're just gonna move it to here. Is that right? And have it here within our complex, and have a complex rather than softball fields totally.
We don't
Okay.
really have, our expense out there with them is they're in our grass cutting contract, okay? And then we got in a mess the other week when the grass cutters all quit. But they were back out there today cutting those fields again, y'all were. And then Wink has been cutting it because we're on a 2-week rotation with the grass cutting. So Wink and his rec department has been out there cutting those fields in between. Wink, you're sitting back there. Do you have any comment on this? Hello?
He's gone.